Hello there everybody, I've now got my hands on Gecko Moria, and a wonderful card and effect he is. People are beginning to use and abuse it, and a lot of people are also beginning to hate it. It's a 5 life leader with 5,000 attack. Don X1, when attacking, rest 2, you may trash 1 card from your hand, and then trash 2 cards from the top of your deck, and play up to 1 Thriller card from your trash with a cost of 4 or less. It's lovely and brilliant. Let's just say that I do love this character. It's got so much going for it right now. Whether it's KOing, discarding, and just downright running your opponent down. So, without further ado, let's get into the rest. To start off with is the one card you need in your first hand, which is Victoria Chindri or Sindri. This card saved me against a a radio deck. About to take the last swing with the leader card. My last live card previous was this, which just turned and went, I got game, which I like it a lot. So we have a cost 1, 2k counter, 2,000 attack, and all it really does is you activate the card on play. If your leader has a Thriller private type keyword, trash 5 cards from the top of your deck. Helps with Gecko Moria's searchability and really starts things off. Then we have the Tsuru, 4 of these, 2k counter, 1 cost and 0 attack. And then we have on play, give it to one opponent's characters, -2 cost during this turn. Next we have 4 of the almighty Perona. The cost 4, 5,000 attack, 2k counter. On play, if your opponent has 5 or more cards in their hand, choose one of the following. Your opponent trashes 1 card from the hand, which I do love that effect, and give it to one of your opponent's characters -3 cost during this turn. Both are brilliant. However, your opponent has to have 5 cards for the ability to kick off. Next I have one of my all-time favourites for black cards, Khalifa. Another 2,000 2k counter, cost of 4,000, and on play, draw 2 cards from the top of your deck, and then trash 2 cards from your hand, and then give one of your opponent's characters -2 cost during this turn. Helps with Gecko Moria's ability with trashing cards, and creates more of a variation for his own ability. Next we have Absalom. We have one of the KO magicians of the deck. So cost of 4, 5,000 attack, a 1,000 counter. On play, you may return 2 cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order, and KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 2 or less. So with Perona's ability, Khalifa's ability, Tsuru, anywhere between the cost of 2 and 5. Lovely. And you can bring it back out with Gecko Moria's ability. However, you're also returning 2 at the same time. Next we have who I'm trying to call Uncle Fester, Dr. Hogback. With a 1k counter, cost of 4, 5,000 attack. On play, you may return 2 cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order. Add up to 1 Thriller pirate cards, type cards, other than Dr. Hogback himself, from your trash to your hand. Bear in mind this ability is used quite a lot, and I use it at least between 4 and 6 times. Next, I do play 2 of the Cerberus. I never actually summon him, he's just in the discard pile and I bring him out. All he is a 2 cost, 2,000, 1k counter, blocker. Easy to see, blocker. Next we have the Rebecca. 4 of these, cost 4, 1k counter, zilch attack. And on play, add up to 1 black character card with a cost of 3 to 7, which is most of the cards in this deck, to your hand, and then if you have a cost 3 or less in your hand, you can then play it from your hand rested. Adding cards to your hand to the field, lovely. Next we have the 4 Sabo. Every black deck is more or less playing these, or at least up to 2. I'm playing 4. I love to draw 2, trash 2, constant lot of cycling involved. So I have a 1,000 counter, cost of 5, 6k attack. It's a blocker. On play, None of your characters can be KO'd by effects until the start of your next turn. Then draw 2 cards and trash 2 cards from your hand. Lovely having 5 of those. That's the best blocker I've ever had my hands on. Next card. Not many people use this, I've seen in this deck. However, it is Brook. I play 4 of the new cost 6 Brook because it gives you options. And I'll go into that in a second. So I have a cost 6, 6k attack, and on play, you can choose one. So you can choose one anytime, and there's no real circumstances. So, trash up to 1 card from your opponent's, trash up to 1 of your opponent's characters at the cost of 4 or less. So it gets past Borsellino, it gets past Fukuro, anything that can't normally be KO'd, especially when the activators Sabo on the previous turn, you can still trash. Another one that I like is your opponent places 3 cards from their trash at the bottom of their deck in any order. Nami decks, enemy black decks, when they're recycling cards, it helps return to the bottom of the deck and you can stump them, especially Raiju. It's lovely against Raiju. Because it just stuns them a little bit. Even though they decide, it's still partly in your favour. One of the next little ones, my little personal favourites this is, 2 Sakazukis, the cost 6. Yep, on play, trash 1 card, KO to 1 opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less, cost of 6, 7,000 attack, backed it with Perona, Khalifa, and Tsuru. Could be anywhere from 7 to 10. Just a little mixture of mine for 2. Then we have the almighty Gecko Moria. We've got to play 4 of these in every black deck nowadays because every deck loves them. So 4 of these. So on play, choose up to 1 character card with a cost of 4 or less, and add up to 1 character with a cost of 2 or less from your trash, and then play them and add them to the field. So I'll play 1 card and play the other card rested. So one's rested, one's active. One technique is Hogback and then Cerberus. Hogback, you return 2, then put a card to your hand. Cerberus being an active blocker. Another card that I don't see many people play so far is this, Negative Hollow. I only play 2 of these. Cost of 2, and you trash 1 card from your opponent's hand. You pick one. And I've been playing this, now I've just read this again, I've been playing it like, so your opponent picks one, but I pick it. So I play 2 of these. I don't know I'm playing from hand straight away, but when I do, it's gone. Into trash. You bring out your Dr. Hogback, bring it back to your hand, return 2 cards to the bottom of your deck. You can work around once or twice a turn, and then you have Perona. Quite nice. And of course we do have 4 for the last of the cards. This deck is Ice Age, cost 1, obviously lower your opponent's cost or one of their characters by 5 during this turn. Get rid of it. You've got 4 options there, which is Absalom and Brook, trash or KO. One of the tactics I like to use quite often is Absalom is usually one of the main beat sticks. Hogback is mostly to bring back either that, the Negative Hollow, to bring back possibly even Cerberus to ping if you need it. And then we have, well, if you haven't got any just yet, you can bring back a Gecko Moria, and of course Perona. It's one of the common ones, if and when needed. That's why I love that card so much. You can bring that back to, bring that with Gecko Moria. You can also return to your hand with Rebecca. Constantly cycle. You cycle what you can, when you can. It's only 10 cards in the deck, which KO. I've only just recently added the Sakazukis. But it's really intense when you're playing stuff like Reiju, Red Purple Law, I know some people use Rob Lucci, but the only argument I have with Rob Lucci is you've got to return 3 cards. And knowing my luck, I'll only have 3 cards, and then I'll be stuck for a couple of turns with cards that I can't quite use properly or more efficiently. So I've ignored that. Got the 2 Sakazukas in. Obviously I have the Absalom, and then of course Brook, because Brook works against Nami's, other black player decks. Anything that recycles cards, it's good against them. Your opponent does not want to return cards to the bottom of their deck, unless they have to do it themselves through their own effects. Other than that, that's my little deep dive into my Gecko Moria deck. I know there's plenty more out there, but I'd rather my own little spin-offs. Other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I'll be putting more decks up in the near future. I'm planning on an updated Nami, along with Perona. I haven't quite figured out yet because I don't want to use the Don Quixote card loadout. Other than that, thank you very much, and take it all easy. Right, bye for now.